All right, welcome in Game 5, Repard versus Wide here in SalzZ Cup for quarterfinals. And we're on Arabia. Good old Arabia. We've seen a lot of Arabia recently. Repard's got the Mongols, and it is the Malians for Wide. So two really, really good civs. I do think the Mongols have a fairly big advantage here, but if the game goes late, like if somehow Wide can survive into a post-gold game, Malians should feel better. I just don't know how you survive that long when the Mongols have everything going for them up until that point. Also, Repard trying to lame an elephant here. You don't need this. Wide should be the one laming. If anyone, you don't need this elephant. Oh no. Bring a villager. Oh, it de-aggroed. It de-aggroed. Huge. Wide needed that so bad. He needed that so bad. That would have been a disaster if that elephant actually got away. Alright, that's good. That's good. I was going to feel real bad if we lost an elephant there. I kind of expected Wide to lame. Laming the Mongols is really good. That's one of the only ways we've seen the Mongols lose on Arabia throughout all of Shenaisi was if they were lamed of, elephant, rhino, whatever, early. But we'll see. At least we're not in a hole to start this game off if we're Wide. But res collected is going to be tilting heavily into Repard's favor here. Now, worth noting... Excuse me. Worth noting, Malians are spending less wood on all of their buildings, so technically the res collected evens out a little bit in that you're spending less res on some things as the game goes on, but it's not saving you 150 resources already, right? So the early advantage is still heavily in the Mongols' favor. I do think long-term Malian eco feels better, but again, long-term, I think Malians win this in a lot of different ways. I just don't know if you can go long-term against the Mongols. Like, how do the Malians deal with Mangadai? I don't know. They don't even get bracers, so they can't even go like skirm to deal with them, right? So it feels really tough if the Mongols can get into that, or like if the Mongols just hit a disgusting timing onto like steppe lancers or knights or something that can be hard to deal with. But it's just a lot of different. The Mongols are so good, not just because they're really good at one thing, but because they're really good at a bunch of things. It'd be one thing if it was just like the food bonus into quick and good knights and steppe lancers. That'd be strong enough for a lot of games. But then them also having probably the best ranged unit in the game with the Mangadai, them also having, the list goes on. They have crazy options. They have camels that are not great camels, but, camels. They can go archers. They have almost fully upgraded arbalests. Their only real weakness is post-imp. All right, both players are up to feudal age. Obviously, our Mongols player a little bit faster. There's also militia here for Repard that are just chilling out. I guess he's... Oh, he's not. Why are we waiting so long? He came back and he was pushing in Ostrich. I guess he's waiting for his scout to come in. He could have denied this barracks, maybe, if he came in a little bit faster. But should be a simple quick wall for Wide, and it is. Okay, misses one on this side. we not have Loom? We do. I feel like you can take that fight. Arrow would definitely be fighting with villagers right now. So would Lewis. Sometimes they fight a little bit too much with villagers, though, so I don't fault a player for not wanting to take a fight. Alright, Fuel H comes in. It's going to be an archery range opening for wide. I assume it's a stable back here. No, it's an archery range for Repard as well. Interesting. Bit of a unorthodox approach. Usually you just funnel all that extra food you have into scouts. Obviously, your archers do feel better long-term than the Malians, but for right now, feels like you're giving up your bonus a little bit here. Production is not even that much faster. Like, we're just getting our first archer out, so despite being up 2 villagers earlier, Repard's only like half an archer ahead of wide right now. I don't hate that. I guess I'm rooting for wide here. It feels like, I don't know why. I didn't come into this rooting for a player necessarily, but I suppose I usually root for anyone against the Mongols just because they're so good on Arabia. Market here for Repard. He's also housed rather badly, actually. He has to scramble up a house with 3 vills. Fletching on the way for Repard. Wide does... Oh, he does. Okay, fletching on the way for him too. Army coming in. These 2 militia are still alive and healthy for now, so they can maybe soak some shots from the archers. Skirmisher mixed in here for wide. Fletching's now in for both. What's their elo difference? I don't know if there is an elo difference. They're both 2300. Technically, wide is like 40 elo higher, but I think Repard has more tournament experience. So I don't know how that shakes out exactly. Scout goes down to Repard. For Repard, I should say. Quite a few archers here for wide, it's got to be said. He's also getting the armor, which Repard is going to match. Skirms diving in here, though. I've seen Repard more often. Yeah, we definitely see Repard more often around. I don't know as much about wide, honestly. He might have gained a lot of elo recently. I feel like coming into this game, Repard should have been the favorite, so I'm surprised to see the elos are actually the other way around. Obviously, 40 elo difference is not much, but that's just like, you know, 1 or 2 bad games. Big trade-off here. I actually don't know who that's better for. Wide does win. Lost quite a few archers pushing in there, though, as a second archery range is being added back here for Repard. Both players are still wide open. We've got, like, quasi walls, I guess, for both, but still wide open. Marketplace being added in back here for wide now. I mean, numbers are in wide's advantage. He's got 6 archers to 4, and he's got 2 skirms to 1. If he wants to take a fight, should be fairly decent for him. He does have a lot of weak units in here, though. Is this a 1 HP? It is. 1 HP skirm there, okay. Scout still being alive for wide, also really good. Can find free engagements versus the skirms back here, as long as the archers aren't around. Second range for wide. Castle Age is going to be coming in for both players here real soon. Looks like Wide can click up right now, and Repard can sell some wood maybe if he wants to, or just force drop off gold for a little while and he'll be up. Probably only like 20 seconds later. Trying to take a good fight here is going to delay him clicking up though. He does get full cleared in the back. I guess he killed the scout, which is really nice. He's going to be 25 seconds behind on the way to Castle Age. But again, I still think, like, in Castle Age, Mongols have such a better tech tree than the Malians. So we'll see what Repard wants to go into. I think it's a mistake if you just stay on archers here. I think you gotta go at least cav archers. Stable being added in maybe points to that. Malians do get fully upgraded cav archers in the Castle Age. They fall off incredibly hard in Imperial Age. And I mean, Mongol cav archers attack faster as well, so it's not a great trade-off, I guess. Skirms being annoying on this wood line. Not doing a ton of damage, but just harassing the villagers. Okay, Skirms here for Repard, finding good value at the front of this army. Can maybe snip off some archer numbers before they become crossbows. Actually going to be killing a lot of archers here before they become crossbows. This is a great surround with the skirmishers. Wide. I don't even know if you go bodkin crossbow now. Gonna make a knight. Resources are really stretched here for Wide. Repard hits Castle Age. It's going to be bodkin. Okay, maybe not. We're thinking about it. More archers circling in for Wide. He does go bodkin crossbow. Step lancers. Okay. Triple stable step lancers. I really thought that was going to be a cav archer switch. Interesting. That's okay. But step lancers versus like knights. That's not terrible for the knights, but micro depending, I suppose. Armor coming in. Just crossbows and a couple of knights for Wide. I mean, if you get enough crossbows, they can deal with step lancers too. Especially if the armor isn't fully in yet. Where am I hearing attacks? Oh, here. Knights are clearing up some skirms. That's nice value. Here come the step lancers. Camels now being mixed in. Do we have enough crossbows here? This is a lot of step lancers. I think no. I think we need to get out of here, actually. Step lancers are pretty squishy, especially without the armor, so maybe it's okay. You don't want to lose your step lancer mass. Step lancers are also not as much as like a ranged unit, but you do want them to have decent numbers. Repard no longer has ranged upgrades that are equivalent, right? So skirms aren't really trading that well against the crossbows. But step lancers in your eco could be an issue. We've gone for a second TC here for Wide. Going to try and get like houses up, but there's no way you're walling all this space. So the step lancers are in. Going to be 1-2 dead villagers on the left-hand side, at least. And you can't engage against the step lancers with small numbers of crossbows like this. You need a lot of them. Crossbow army coming back. Camels trying to engage, but what upgrades do we have? We only have the first armor on the camels. I guess it's still okay. Step lancers poke down that random villager that was on the wrong side of things, but they do have to leave. Also, 2 TC for Wide theoretically means he'll be gaining the eco lead. The eco's really rough here for Wide, though. We need way more farms. Houses behind Repard is housed rather badly here as he's dropping a monastery at the front of his base. We are fully walled over on this side, but the step lancers can go through the palisades very, very easily. They can also sometimes poke through the trees here, depending on where villagers are lined up. Crossbow army going forward. Can maybe find some steppe lancers out in the back. Camels trying to defend the base. Oh boy. There's going to be another dead villager for wide. It is now... oh, never mind. Steppe lancers decide they actually didn't... oh, they get him anyway. Just psyching him out there. 4-0 eco KD right now. Crossbows are looking for damage, though. Repard's going to have to pull back off of this wood line. The gold is also wide open. There's nothing back here to defend against these crossbows. There's a couple of steppe lancers, but not nearly enough. The monk also maybe not going to do the total business. This is a great counter raid. One crossbow gets converted, but steppe lancers going down, villagers going down. Eco KD is evened out very fast. Another wood line is being idled out, so there's tons of villagers no longer working for Repard as he brings the steppe lancer army back. This should be plenty enough to clear this up. Though the camels are now in. Steppe lancers on stand ground stance, not taking the best engagement in the world. Oof. Couple crossbows remain standing. And Wide's 10 vills ahead now. After the raid, some more idle time for Repard in there. His own food eco has been sorted, so he can make fairly consistently make 2 villagers. Steppe lancers lose a lot of numbers there, but they do full clear up Wide's army in the back of the base. More stables for Wide. I think he just wants to go heavy camels production here. All right. Steppe Lancer's going to try to move forward. You don't want to engage with single camels. You need a big group of camels to take a good fight here, or else they just get ganked by the Steppe Lancers. Now the Steppe Lancers have to pull back. And it's looking pretty good for Wide. It is looking fairly decent. Monks are not coming forward to try and convert the camels. Camels really bad against monks. Only having 6 attack is tough. It's tough. Bloodlines coming in for Wide. Neither player has any Castle Age upgrades for these cavalry, by the way. Both players are on 2 TC now. And Eco is looking pretty solid here for Repard, all things considered. 27 placed farms. Crossbow trying to snipe the monks. 2 camels do get converted, though. There's another monk behind. This is another camel converted, actually. 10 villager lead, maintaining here for Wide. Might be thinking about another TC. He is. Okay. 3rd TC comes down for both players at the same time. Oh, God. I hate this TC from Repard. That's so gross. But I mean, it's fine. It's a TC. A TC is a TC, right? Could you have deleted the lumber camp and wedged it in closer to the wood line? Like, I feel like that's even better. But, okay. Camel numbers are getting up there for Wide. Forging just coming in for Repard. Ooh, not having Forging that whole time is tough, too. Forging is a really big upgrade for Steppe Lancers. Usually you want to prioritize armor, but I almost think Steppe Lancers you start with attack. Well, Steppe Lancer's getting chased down in the back of Wide's base. There's probably holes here to escape from, though, yeah. So they're gonna simply leave. They are legally allowed to leave. And Repard has caught up on villagers just like that. What happened? Ooh, this is what happened, maybe. Ooh, yeah, this is what happened. Steppe Lancers are carving through Wide's eco from the right-hand side, while the camels are all chasing these guys at the left-hand side. Big raids happening over here. 22-5 eco KD. It happened so quickly. One of the reasons why Steppe Lancers feel on the verge of broken sometimes. Okay, crossbow sniping down monks, though. This is a big army for Wide, I will say. Despite the eco KD being not so hot for him, this is a huge army that he's amassed here. And the army's not looking great for Repard. So, if you don't die here, trading your army for 20 villager kills is fine for Repard, but you gotta prevent the counter damage from exceeding your own damage. Ballistics on the way as well, so these crossbows are going to be really dangerous inside the eco. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna lose some vills here for sure. Stable also slowly going down to the camels. Takes a long time. But more vills dying. Steppe Lancers can't really take this fight. Conversion here would be nice. But Wide's being careful. It's so awkward trying to path around these buildings. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a lot of Steppe Lancers here suddenly. Camels dive on one of the monks, but that's a conversion. This could be a full clear up for Repard. Being very patient with the numbers. Crossbows are putting out so much damage though. That was fine for Repard. It wasn't a clean clear up, but it did prevent him from losing too many villagers, so it maintains his at least even eco with Wide that he won for himself with the raid with the Steppe Lancers. Eco is really progressing nicely here for Wide though. After these farms go up, his farming eco is going to be pretty ripped. So, I mean, these engagements are all well and good. I don't think this game ends in Castle Age anymore, barring an absolutely disastrous fight from someone. I think we're going imp eventually in this game, so we'll see who feels like they can swing that faster. Repard housed again. Repard's been housed a couple times this game. Repard is like Giga House. Is he making a house? Hello? Repard? There we go. Spear is not really adding too much to this. Monks somehow continuing. There we go. I was gonna say, how do you keep converting like from that distance when you can't see your target anymore? Alright, so Wide wants to snipe the monks with the crossbows. He's going to get... Oh, he almost got one there, but the double conversion does come in. Is it enough, though? Mangonel's going to go down, the monks went down, and the Steppe Lancers can't take this fight against the camels, though this is a good little snipping damage in there. I think Wide's still feeling pretty good about this. Still does not have Castle Age upgrades on these camels, by the way, but they kind of just do okay against the Steppe Lancers anyway. Crossbows sniping down the pikes. Upgrades are in Repard's favor now, so this starts to become a less favorable fight eventually. But this is going to be another Mangonel down unless Repard takes a fight here, which he can't do. Mangonel kills a couple more crossbows, but the crossbows can kill these pikes for free. You can kill this monk for free. Well, maybe not free. The Steppe Lancer's coming back in. Very delicate micro here from both players. It's real tough. Oh, a lot of weak Steppe Lancers in here, though. Pikeman getting in good damage. Wide wants a castle. He wants a forward castle, and he might be able to get it. Steppe Lancer number is not looking too hot anymore. Mangonel goes down. Pikemen are in here, but there are still crossbows alive behind. Can Repard stop this castle? Maybe. Steppe Lancer production is still looking okay. Going for a counter tower, that feels terrible. No, I think the castle goes up for... Oh, maybe not. Oh god, it's so close. I think we needed more villagers here. How many vills were here? 9? I think I would have sent like 15 maybe if I was being this aggressive. Castle is delayed. I don't know if it's denied quite yet, but it's been delayed. Do we send more villagers? 2 more? I guess we lost 2 villagers, so we need to send 2 more villagers. 9 vills is apparently the magic number here for why. That is usually the villager count you want, but I think extenuating circumstances might lead me to, yeah, just send everybody. Steppe Lancers looking to pick off the villagers. Nice micro there on the monk. Bills are coming in, though. There are pikes here. There's very few crossbows remaining as well. So I don't know if this is a good fight anymore. Can they clear up the pikemen enough? Gate? Where are we at? 75%? 80? Oh no. It is a wide castle. I think he gets it. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. It goes up perfectly fine. We lost a lot of villagers getting that castle up, but it does go up. It is a wide castle. It is not a doubt castle. Costly, for sure. But we are killing some villagers on the back end of this. Imperial Age clicked for both players at virtually the same time. Steppe Lancers still being hunted down by camels in the back. Ooh, Steppe Lancers getting rocked by that castle. Tower's gonna go down, which means these 4 villagers could go down as well. And, I mean, what are we going into Imp for Repard? Right? What's the composition here? We're going for a castle in the middle of the map, but we have no upgrades hardly at all for, like, cav archers of any kind. Steppe Lancers really do not scale well as the game goes on. Like, you can get, like, heavy Steppe Lancers and stuff, but it doesn't feel great. And I don't know, I said that there were infinite options here, basically, for the Mongols, but it feels like Repard's running out. Villager is getting sniped down in the back of his base. Military numbers, not ideal here for Repard. He is going to get this castle up at least. But, okay, pikemen coming in here, but there are crossbows here. Infinite is an overrated amount, true. You can only do one option at a time, right? So why do you need more than one option? We're trying to quick wall out this army. There's still a gap, though. I hope we needed that university anyway. I think we did. But camels in the back, I think we're... I mean, he's not dead yet, but it's looking real good for wide here. Camels run back in. They're going to clear up some Steppe Lancers. They can clear up this Mangonel. Crossbow's still finding so much damage. Eco KD is almost even. Back up and Repard GG's. His eco was ripped apart. And I guess, I mean, this army could just continue, right? There's no army here for Repard, so crossbows and camels just continue on in the back here, and there's so much here to do damage to. And again, like, Repard's getting into Mangadai, but he only has fletching and armor and bloodlines, right? So it takes forever to get into Mangadai if you're not teched into them at all. And, I mean, heavy camel coming in, Gebetto being produced. Malians can start getting into like Farimba, Light Cav. The eco is really solid back here for Wide, whereas Repard's been forced off of basically all of his food eco. And Wide takes it.